How's it going, everybody? This is Czar coming at you with another episode of Sim Airport. Just wanted to post another video. It's going to be a little short one this time, not going to be too long. Um, just on where I'm at with my airport right now. I've done a lot of updating, a lot of upgrading, quite a bit of expanding. A lot going on that I've done the last few videos that I posted. Just checking to make sure that I don't have any flights that have been canceled. My approval rating's down to 79%. It was at 84, so just want to make sure that I'm not losing any of my flights. I don't think I have, besides the ones that I've already lost earlier. I was going through a lot of construction phases and caused some delays and some cancellations, so I lost these flights. But regardless, I'll end up getting them back, and I'll show you why in a second. Anyways, just wanted to look at two things real quick. I've done some updating on the outside of my airport to kind of help with my environmental, because the environmental and cleanliness are usually the first two to drop below 90%, and I try and keep my passenger satisfaction somewhere between 92 and 96%. You're not going to get 100% satisfaction. It's not possible. I've tried with small airports, very, very small airports, just kind of on the side between some of these larger ones I've been working on, and it's just not, you just can't do it. So 100%, I'd rather have 92 to 96% satisfaction rating, and it works for me. The other thing I want to look at is my income. Right now, my estimated cash flow, my income coming in, would be $571,760. Now, this is still only running 6 gates at the moment, and I have, I believe now, only 43 or 42 flights per day coming in. So my max that I've seen at any given point was about 1,400 passengers. I wasn't seeing any lag issues, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I found that the game runs. But let's take a look here. I want to show you, I did a little upgrading here to the outside along my roads. I haven't quite finished the road yet. Been waiting for some cash. Been a little short on that given the expansionary work that I've been doing. A little bit there. I've expanded a little bit down here. In my baggage claim, it's going to be a whole new baggage claim area with a whole different entrance, larger bathrooms. This is going to go away. Probably going to be more of a lounge area here, and then some ticketing right here for first class passengers. Completely changing this up. One thing that I did fix, that I pointed out in my last video, was my doors in the front entrance. I had some issues where the walls that were existing, which were glass, were causing passengers to get stuck. So what I did was I completely cleared it out from my restrooms to restroom, and just put big doors in. Except for this one right here, which is just a sliding door, small one, and it works. All the passengers come in just fine, no issues, nobody getting stuck. They go right into the kiosks and they go to the security area, which I did expand as well. If you had watched the last video, if you haven't, you can go to my YouTube page, check it out. Nothing spectacular, just had some ticketing down here. Decided to get rid of that. It was causing some issues with passengers. It was getting too much traffic flow through here, and had a couple getting stuck in this corner that came around to the security area. So I just removed it, and just added a ton of security checkpoints. And my security checkpoint flow is very nice. Very nice. The biggest hang up is kind of this top corner, but hopefully developers will come up with a way to, get the AI passengers or packs to find the shortest line. I think that would be fantastic. Um, if they just did that automatically on their own, that would be great. Which would cause, I've got, I don't know how many different kiosks here, and there's always like 4 or 5 that bunch around. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. It's just one of these days. I hope to take care of that. But anyway, so let's look at the rest of the airport, shall we? I cleaned out this area here. Completely removed the bathrooms that I had there, and put some new bathrooms in here, bigger, which square footage size was about the same, with the 2 males and 2 females. So I had a female and a male bathroom or restroom, functioning just fine. I'm getting my kitchen set up. I'm not putting anything in. I just have a lounge area here. Not adding any cafe zones, nothing of the sort. I have been able to run this airport so far without having any issues. As you can see, so my environmental cleanliness down there, some of that stuff's dropped below 90%, but usually I can keep it above 90% total. My goal is 92 to 96, as I said, but I've been able to keep a really high percentage passenger satisfaction along with airline interest without having a lot of decorations, a lot of environmental stuff, and I haven't had any vending machines, haven't had anything cafe wise. No coffee shop, no bar, nothing. So my next step, I'm gonna save it before. If you want to call that a cheat, I guess you can. But my next step is to start expanding my flight schedule, adding new flights, and then trying to see what the passengers are gonna do. If I can keep it above 90%, I may not even add anything here in the kitchen at all. I may not add a cafe area. I might just turn this into a giant lounge, and then leave it at that. But we'll see what happens. I expanded here, did my sea gates. The last video, none of this was built in. I barely had a little bit of this built up. As you can see, I've done a lot of work. Added 3 extra large gates, completely furnished, queues set up, everything's ready to go. I have added my hangars, my hubs and depots, upgraded my large runway, and I have expanded my B gate, and it's a massive gate. Everything's furnished, glass all the way around. I got environmental stuff. I got a nice little breezeway area in between the gates, the main terminal area and the B terminal area, along with another extra large gate there, and 2 extra large gates there. Done a lot of work. Added multiple runways, 3 more small runways and a medium runway, along with the taxiways. Got my hangars in here. Everything's set up, ready to go. I'm waiting for another day to finish, maybe 2, so I can get enough money to run my baggage lines. That is the next step before I can go any further with this, simply because there's just going to be too much. Realistically, I'm going to add almost all of these airlines and available flights. I've already got 10 from that agency. I've got 9 there. I've lost a couple here and there, but I don't think I've lost more than 5 in total. And I've kept my airport interest fairly high. It's dropped mainly because I've kept my price up pretty high. My price for my runway usage is extremely low, which I think is what helps balance this out as far as the interest percentage goes. But I do hit the airlines pretty hard with my terminal usage income, and that's $70 per passenger. Now, some may be having it higher. Some of you guys who might be watching this maybe have it lower. I found somewhere between $70 and $80 with $100 you know, runway usage, it makes up the difference, and I'm making tons of money, and they stay happy and interested for the most part. Um, so it's worked out really well. But what I'm going to end up doing just for fun, once I start opening up all my gates and running all of my runways, uh, I'm going to actually schedule my flights so specific airlines are in specific gates, as it normally would be at an airport. And that's why I've expanded everything that I have before adding any more flights or expanding my schedule. And that's mainly because the issue that I kept running into and seeing was my lag. And I was talking about building, doing it in stages, and not adding everything yet. Well, what I ended up having to do is when my clock hit about 10 o'clock at night, my game clock, um, I would literally just start building. I did some little stuff during the day when my flights were coming in and out and I had passengers, but my goal, my idea was to uh, build everything at night between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's mainly because I wouldn't see any lag issues whatsoever because most of my passengers were gone. Most of my planes were getting ready to take off for the last flights of the day, and doing foundational work, doing a lot of construction work around the airport just really slowed the game down. So I just realized, you know what, I'm gotta wait, gotta be a little more patient, and I've slowly just been building everything up to what you see now. I mean, it's fantastic. I like the way it looks. Um, I haven't checked the functionality yet, and I haven't put my baggage in, but we're gonna get there. You can see the airplanes have a little bit of issue here and there. It's random which runway they come in on. I would love to be able to set that up so that I can choose which ones are coming in where. You know, if I have airlines coming in, you know, planes coming in to these gates, you know, to the north of my A gates, you know, I prefer to have them landing, you know, on these three. Anything coming into these gates or these gates, obviously would love to have them coming in here, and anything coming into these 5 gates, I would love to have coming in here. And I realize that most likely I'm gonna have to add some more runways at some point, you know, expand it a little bit, but you know, so right now this is what it is. I'm gonna test it out here pretty soon. Once I get my my budget up, once I get a little bit more spending money, so I can upgrade my baggage system. Which you can see here, I've already in place, been waiting, along with my carousels here. Everything's set up, ready to go. I'm just waiting for the money to start running my lines and really hammer this out. It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna work really well. And once I get it done, hopefully I'll be able to share a video with you. So until then, take care.